Alright gang, welcome back. Well, I recorded all of this before, but I guess YouTube was having a hiccup last night. Lost all of my audio somehow. Or I didn't record it properly. I don't know what happened, but it didn't work out. So basically I started over real quick, and I'm going to re-record it, get it back up. Yeah, sorry, I promised you guys a lot of videos last night. I'm going to try to get these out in a reasonable time frame and get quite a few of them up tonight so you guys have something to enjoy. In the meantime, I picked up right where we left off, standing right in front of the altar, where I received my first death intentionally. And from here, we're going to have to find our way through the game and what happens. I really didn't get that far in my last playthrough, so this might go a little bit smoother considering. Go ahead and take these torches. And did we already look at the book? I can't remember. Yes, I believe we did. Okay, we'll check the body. You go quickly through the pockets and sleeves of the dead figure's clothing. You find absolutely nothing. Let's hit Scully for fun. Well, let's hit him again. You tap on Yorick's noggin and apologize for shushing him. Fine, fine. I knew you'd miss my witty repartee and sarcastic insights. The skull replies cheerfully. He's a pretty fun guy. What is this? Damp, musty breeze? I already know what that is. Is there anything else to look at in here? I spend quite a bit of time just sort of clicking around and looking for things to interact with. Doesn't appear to be any though, so we'll move on. Passage continues on deeper into the mountain. A series of ancient doors encircle this small hallway. It looks as if a battle may have been fought here long ago. Well, it looks like we're going to get right back down to business here on using thyself on Castle Shadowgate. Use thyself on the bag. Oh no, wait, that's right. I have open and take. I should use those. Let's open the bag. That makes more sense. No need to needlessly use thyself. That'll make you go blind. You rummage through the sack, finding dice and a scroll. Taking these, you discard the sack. Looks like we can grab that bone. You put the bone in your satchel. Now I have a bone and a sack. I will take the skull. You drop the skull into your satchel. What did Yorick just say? Yorick yawns. If this is as good as your questing gets, maybe you can drop me off at the nearest tavern. Yorick's bored. A series of ancient doors. Yeah, we already read that. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. Cluster of bones is still mostly intact. Dried sinews and muscles hold it together. Is there anything in it? As you rummage through the rotted clothing, you note nothing that interests you. Well then, let's open the door and have a looky-loo. With a grunt, you push the door open. Teeth chattering, you stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself for warmth. The creature made of ice hovers playfully on the far side of the room. Well, first of all, I will use my lit torch here. You bring the lit torch close to the ice. It takes a few moments, but eventually the ice melts away, revealing a scroll hidden within, which I will open and then look upon. As you scan the scroll, one particular word almost seems to jump out at you. Agap. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power, and quickly write down the strange markings in your spellbook. Before the scroll crumbles in your hands, you realize that you have learned a spell. I am more magical than I was ever before, and we'll burn that ice as well. You thrust the lit torch into the ice. After a moment it begins to melt, before finally revealing the key it had encased. We'll take you to then. Take a torch, and take the other torch. A strange entity made entirely of solid ice and cold vapor hovers about the room in front of you. chill runs up your spine and paralyzes your arms as you try to grasp the elemental. The creature easily dances away. Well, let's talk to it. Not knowing what to say, you introduce yourself to the elemental. The creature replies by blowing air in your face. Not how I would respond to somebody trying to grab and talk to me. Can I take it? The chill runs up your spine and paralyzes your arms. Yeah, we already said that. Let's go ahead and equip my second spell. And I'll equip the key I haven't used yet. And torch, because you always need those. Let's have a look at these dice. Dice like these are typically used by fortune tellers. Each face of the die contains a different symbol that when rolled can divine one's future. And the bone. A long deep crack runs down the length of the bone. This skull has a deep gouge in the back of its head, a telltale sign of a death blow from an axe. The wrought iron key is half a hand in length and pitted throughout. Okay, and then we'll just open this scroll up. You tear the paper slightly as you unroll the parchment. While the writing is difficult to discern, you manage to glean a few key phrases. The danger is real. Alert the surrounding lands. Seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountains. The wax seal shows an eagle in flight and is signed by someone named Fandril. The plot thickens. What's this on the wall? Nothing. And you? Nothing. And you. A frozen mass, perhaps that of a massive arachnid, is encased in a thick layer of ice. You shake your head wondering what that thing is and how it got into its predicament. Actually, I'm wondering if it's gonna fucking kill me when I walk by. That's what I would be doing if I were in the protagonist's shoes at this moment. Can we open the door, please? You put your shoulder to the door and shove it open. And, at last, one of my favorite rooms from the original Shadowgate. I can't tell you how many times I died in this room trying to figure out how to grab all of the items. I'm pretty sure you can't grab them all in this game either. But the first item you have to grab, and unfortunately you missed this last game because I totally yucked it up. I came in here and I was thinking, oh yeah, I need the hammer. And I grabbed the hammer and the dragon torched me. So, you know what, actually, here, let's play legitimate. I'm going to do the same thing. I want to see you, or I want you to see the dragon death here. Let's take the hammer. Oops, we shouldn't have done that. You drop the hammer into your satchel, but then what? Blood-curdling screams. The dragon shifts its weight and gathers a breath. With a roar, the ancient beast releases a scorching stream of fire at you. Quicker than you thought possible, the flame engulfs you. You scream in excruciating pain as your flesh is seared from your bones. And we see Mr. Grim Reaper again.
You have chosen poorly, young Jer.
Yeah, I know. Shield first. And here we are again with the dragon. Well, this time I know to take the shield. Actually, the music here is great, but I want to hear the classic. Let's try it. I remember that. I spent many an hour listening to that music trying to figure out how to get everything away from this dragon. So let's use the shield on me. You lash the iron shield securely to your forearm. With a roar, the ancient beast releases a scorching stream of fire at you. You raise your iron shield just in time to block the dragon's flame, dispersing it harmlessly to either side of you. I'm never sure what to take in this situation. I always forget. I know we need the spear. And here it comes again. Gathering another breath, the dragon releases a superheated stream of fire at you. You lift your iron shield and once again block the fiery flame. Although this time you can actually feel the heat. Take the hammer. The ancient dragon shifts its weight and fires a blast of scorching flame right at you. Barely managed to raise your shield in time to block the dragon's flame. Though the shield protects you, it glows red hot. I wonder if it'll take one more. I don't remember. I feel like there was torches in here once upon a time too that you could grab. You sense a great deal of intelligence behind the glowing eyes of the dragon. Intelligence and hunger. The ribcage looks both scorched and picked clean. You've often wondered why dragons hoard gold. Looking at this pile of melted metal offers no answers. This chest is fused to the floor, if I remember right. Yep. Fused together by intense heat. Oddly, the skull has a pair of glasses melted to its head. I really don't think... Well, let's save. Why not? Maybe we can take one more blast. Drop the skull into your satchel. Once again, the dragon bathes you in a molten stream of scorching fire. You manage to raise your shield in time to deflect the dragon's flame. However, the fire is taking its toll on the shield, and it begins to melt. Oh, good. You manage to rush from the room before the dragon can release a blast of fire. Let's have a look at my shield. You can barely hold on to the charred remains of the iron shield. You doubt it will withstand another attack. Oops, forgot to open this one again. We'll look at it just for good measure here, although I already read this one off. Let's open the next one. You unroll the scroll. Careful not to rip it. As you scan the scroll, one particular word... Oh, I read that before too. That's a gap. Alright. Is there anything we can use this shield on? I don't remember. It's superheated now. Can we use it on... Let's see. I don't believe we can use the hammer on anything. With a cry, you attempt to smash the elemental of the hammer. The hammer simply passes through the singularity. So let's use... This probably won't do anything. Why not? Play a game of dice. Or perhaps... we use the hammer on the ceiling. You attempt to chip away at the icy ceiling with the hammer. After a few futile swings, you give up. Alright, let's leave this room for now then. I don't remember what to do in there. I'm pretty sure in the old game it was just as easy as grabbing up the icy orb. Oh, I don't want to take the door. I want to open the door. Is this a bone on the floor? Another bone. Oops. Within a large cavern, you find yourself on the shore of a placid underground lake. You wade into the black water, something coils around your legs and quickly pulls you under into the depths of the frigid waters. Your air quickly gives out and a dark oblivion takes over. Dead again, I forgot that happened.
What a pity that you have failed in your grand quest.
That's okay, like I said, it's kind of fun to see the different deaths. So I don't mind playing a little haphazardly. And we just saved recently, so we didn't lose any progress. Resume. You're not kicking my ass tonight, Shadowgate. Well, I am recording a little later than I wanted to, so I'm feeling a little more tired. So pardon me if my commentary is not as thrilling as my first episode. I was way more alert at that point. Alright, this time let's have a look. You sense something large and ominous deep below the surface of these black waters. Huh, should have told the last guy that, right? It's hard to tell from this distance, but you think you see a skeleton chained to the rock. I remember there's a key out there. But maybe it's not in this version of the game. Magnificent waterfall cascades from the mouth of an ancient stone statue, painstakingly carved into the cavern wall. Below it, an undulating mass of water hovers playfully above the river. Let's see what Scully has to say about this. Yeah, I need to catch the elemental, but I don't know how. Tall waterfall cascades down from the mouth of a statue carved into the cavern wall. You used to be able to go behind. What just happened? As soon as you wade into the rushing waters of the river, you immediately sink like a stone, the weight of your armor making it impossible to remain afloat. After a brief time spent thrashing about, you give up your last breath and drown. The most boring way to die, probably, in this whole game.
'Tis a sad thing.
See what the theme for this episode is going to be.
Ended here.
Honest to goodness, it's been so long since I played this game, I don't remember what to do. I'm kind of fumbling through it. And hopefully along the way I'll get some interesting footage. Excuse me. Let's open yon door. With a creak of protest, the door opens. With stone tombs lining the walls of this musty crypt, there's an ancient, almost reverent air to the place. You open the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's a banshee, harbinger of death and disease. You feel a momentary stabbing pain before the specter winks out of existence. I remember we burn up the mummy and get a scepter. Ancient wrappings quickly go into flames as the mummy is consumed. A sword that was buried inside is revealed. Or maybe we get a sword. Use... Nope, nope, wasn't time for the torch yet. Yes, I know, I can't open a lit torch. Open that. And open this. And open that. Burn it all, burn it all! The ancient wrappings go up in flames. An amazing gold scepter and leather sack fall to the ground. Ancient wrappings are so dry that they almost disintegrate in the flames. As it burns, a skull tumbles to the floor, along with a scroll that escaped the fire. The ancient wrappings quickly go into flames as the mummy burns. A shield that was wrapped inside falls to the floor. If I remember right, that shield was on the skeleton in the river. In that little pond in the previous room. Alright, let's open this bag. Rummage through the thick burlap and find a scroll. You take this while discarding the sack. I now have a new item to equip. Oh, I get to use thyself. My favorite part of the game. Use shield on thyself. Quickly unbuckle the iron shield and strap on the wooden one in its place. And we have some things to open here. You unroll the scroll, careful not to destroy it. A drawing of a castle with a single tall spire in the center has been scrawled on this parchment. A single line points to the exact middle of the tower, and next to it these words. 3 times right, then once pulled down. Twice past midnight points the ruined crown. Light becomes dark, the king sits throne. The masked one revealed shall mark the stone. That is probably a pretty important riddle. Knowing it might be important, you carefully unroll the next scroll. The handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When Maja's tail lights the northern skies, and the alignments are an apogee, then shall the eagle appear, watched over by the all-seeing eye. The nourishment of water shall quench the tree, only to be overrun by fire. Let's once more look at this one. Three times right, then once pulled down. Twice past midnight. Master revealed shall mark the stone. Huh. Let's knock all these down. Creak and rumble. I don't think that one opens, does it? Try to open the crypt, however, it is fused shut. As I recall, there was the ooze in this room in the original one. Let's go forward. With the exception of a crack, the vial is unremarkable in nearly every way. Well, we will take you anyway. And we will take the broom. Be sure to check behind every nook and cranny, boy. There's bound to be ways to power this place up. That's what York has to say to me. Grab up some torches. Let us use our hammer. And I'm cheating a little bit. I already remembered that it was the second doorway. Oh, that's not cheating, that's good memory. Where the iron door is. You attempt to smash the rock pile with the hammer. The bone jarring hit does little to affect the rock. Huh. Almost positive that this key does not work. Does not. Use rock pile with self. You play around with the rock pile. After a moment you stop, having grown bored. That torch of yours needs some attention, boy. Be sure to stock up on unlit torches and replace yours once it gets too dark to see. Let's see what the music was in this room. Such a good game. Light from the torch begins to falter. Whoopsie! Use torch. Now we can see. Much better. Much better. Alright, let's look around. What's over here? Large rocks. It's the middle of the room. right, this was a spell. It's a huge weight like stone opening itself to some mystery behind. Let me hotkey it. I don't want to look anymore. Now I want to hotkey. There we go. Sweat beads your brow as you concentrate on the glyph and then release a spell. The power of your magic flies about in spectacular fashion, but does little else. I thought I had it that time. Let's try this spell. Calming your mind, you draw in power from your surroundings as you begin visualizing the spell. Vivid memories of your childhood distract you. Subsequent spell backfires in spectacular fashion. Any bright ideas, Scully? Reflection of these mirrors seem so still and dead. I remember when this castle once buzzed with life. I don't know how to move this rock pile. Well, regardless, that's probably a really good stopping point for episode 2. I should cut here, since I'm a little bit stumped. Do some thinking on it. Edit this video, and get it right up. So I can keep my promise of 2 videos, at least tonight. And yeah, I'll see you in episode 3 very shortly. Thank you for watching. I've noticed since the last episode, I actually had done my last episode about an hour and a half after the first, and I already had 100 views on my first episode from this series. Now I'm getting close to 200. That's amazing, guys. Seriously, that makes me feel so much cooler than I am. And that you guys are actually enjoying the Let's Play and enjoying some of the jokes and sharing in my enthusiasm for the game. So if you like the game, go check it out and buy it. It's on Steam right now. It just came out. If you're fans of the old game, it's a must-have. If you're brand new to the series, it's it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I mean, if you're enjoying the Let's Play, you probably enjoy playing yourself, so don't let me spoil it all for you before you start playing, alright? So go out there, get the game, support these guys. There's 2 more games from the series on NES way back in the day that if this game does well, they've already said that they will do those games as well. So you've probably seen me ranting about them in my YouTube or on the Steam forum or wherever it is that you caught up with me, because I would be over the moon if they would do Uninvited and Deja Vu also. So support these guys. They're a good developer. They started this project on Kickstarter. They've seen it through, and it looks like it's a good, solid project. So go support them if you can, alright? Thank you guys for watching. Be back with episode 3 very soon. Thank you very much. Take care.